I don't know.
Welcome to the Ticks and Bangs Watch Club. I am John Grump. I'm the investigator, the journalist, and I am joined by my friend and co-host, Hank Strange. And to be honest, this was his idea, and he wrote me into it somehow.
Okay, blame it on me, John. Blame it on me.
Hey,
Um,
man, got to blame it on you somehow, right?
yeah. Listen, we're trying something new here, man. For gun
Yeah.
guys, trying something new does not happen often. So, and this will be I do something live on YouTube on the van side of what I do, but we don't do typically like the Who Moved My Freedom podcast doesn't go live on YouTube anymore. We only put up snippets nowadays. So, yeah, this is fun. Shout out to everyone out there.
Yeah, shout out to everyone out there. And we are going to do a giveaway here. And
Mhm,
before we get that, before I put up the hashtag, because just
mhm.
by joining us, you can win the giveaway. And since there's only 9 people there, your chances are very, very good. And we're
Yeah.
also going to let you pick the next one up. But for right now, we are giving away this puppy. My second camera is having a little bit of malfunction, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, you're gonna show what you're giving away? Okay, let's see
Yeah.
it.
Invicta Pro Diver. It has like a 38 millimeter
Can
millimeter.
you go, since you're showing that, can you go, oh, I see Lola's in the chat. We'll give some shout outs here, but can you go full screen on yourself so people get a
That's
good
what
look?
I'm
There
doing.
you go.
Invicta Pro Diver is a black bezel, uh, synthetic sapphire crystal here. It's
Looks like a
brand new.
Submariner homage.
It is a Submariner homage, Hank.
Right.
You are exactly right. We're going to be giving away that today
Yeah.
to one lucky
Oh,
fan.
but yeah, Durfoot Racing said just label the package to me, John. So listen, let's start. This is the inaugural, right? So we're gonna go Wednesday nights, as long as we can do it. Um, Wednesday nights. I might join on the from the road sometimes or whatever, but we will go live at 9 Wednesday night and talk about watch stuff. But we're gun guys, so that's the reason for ticks and bangs. So the bangs, like, in on my screen here, and I'll go a little bit bigger. Uh the bangs is that thing you see there, but since we're live, obviously YouTube has rules. We won't be messing with that. But you will see them in the background, right? So we will have the fire sticks, freedom sticks, however you want to say it. We will have those in the background, but we will be talking watches because I think a lot of gun guys out there. I know I'm a watch guy. You're a watch guy. You're also a gun guy, right?
Yeah, and you can
Mhm.
hit hashtag watches to be entered to win this
There you
bad.
go.
We have
Yes.
a lot to go over today. This week is a huge
Mhm.
week in watches. It is the return of AP Audemars Piguet to
Right.
Watches and Wonders. If you guys don't know what Watches and Wonders is, and you're coming from the gun world, it is shot, but for watches. And there is a holy trinity of watches, which is Rolex, uh, Philippe Patek Philippe, and an AP. And for a long time, AP has been skipping watches and watches, but
Watches and wonders. Yeah.
watches and wonders. Sorry,
Right.
but
Mhm.
they have returned, and I think it has a lot to do with their new CEO, who the old CEO really hated watches and wonders, but
Yeah.
they
So
new CEO
let's
likes it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't mean to cut you off here. Some of that will happen during this podcast. So a couple of things. Let's get the people hanging out with us. We thank you for joining us here. And just let me know how many of you out there are joining us because you are watch people and because you really do like watches versus who's just joining us because you're a big fan of John Crump, who is a patriot and does a really great job of bringing us the news. And I mean, he's one of the best investigative journalists, in the Second Amendment world. If not the only one. I know there are some others, but I don't recognize them, John. So let
Yeah.
us know who are watch people out there. That's why you're joining us. Who are just joining because of us,
Yeah.
or or
Talk for a
both.
second, Hank. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Also, let me just say this. John mentioned the Holy Trinity, and he said it was Rolex, Patek Philippe, and Audemars Piguet, and that's not correct. The Holy Trinity is actually Audemars Piguet. This is traditionally, it's whoever you want it to be, and we could talk about that. But it's traditionally Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, and Vacheron Constantin. They don't even consider Rolex in the Holy Trinity. Are you
I
aware of
don't
that?
know.
They don't.
I think
Rolex
a
is not
lot of
considered.
people consider Rolex.
No, it's not considered the Holy Trinity. And by the way, Rolex is the number one watch. When they do when Wall Street and stuff like that puts out stats, Rolex is number one. And everyone is a distant two, three, four, whatever else. But Rolex dominates in terms of money that they make, etc. But they're not considered like the Holy Trinity is the pinnacle of horology or watchmaking.
Yeah, there is a couple different things. Rolex is hitting 100 years old, but AP, which is part of the Holy Trinity, however you want to break it down, is
Mhm,
100% part of the Holy Trinity, and
mhm.
they are turning 150 years old this year.
Yeah. Well, Vacheron, I think, is even older.
Yeah, they are, but
Yeah.
they're not looking at a milestone.
Huh? Yeah, no, they're
Um,
not hitting a milestone this year. And you are right in what you said. I think before this whole Watches and Wonders thing, these guys did play a part in it. So, let's see some of the comments here. Someone says, I'll say I have my Swatch and Fossil from the early 90s.
Swatch is not bad. Swatch
Respect.
actually owns a lot of different companies. I actually got a couple of the modern. I think we were talking about this before. I got a couple
Swatches?
of the modern swatch collaborations. I got a couple of
My,
the moon swatches, and recently I have acquired the Blancpain.
oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah, remember I
I'm
talked
gonna
about?
pick.
I got a
Yeah, you did.
couple
Yes,
of
I
them out
remember
there.
you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Blancpain 50 fathoms to go along with my 50 fathoms. Maybe do
Right.
a
Okay.
comparison video of both of them.
Yeah.
They're a little
By the
different.
way, check out these watches. That is a Swatch watch right there, and a Blancpain. Swatch X Blancpain right there. If you want to talk, so we're gonna bring on watches and talk about it. But I didn't bring really expensive stuff today because this is the first thing, and I figured why bring the heavy hitters? Why come with the because I don't want everyone out there to think this is all about like flexing and showing off uh you know expensive watches or whatever, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
In fact, I'm
That's one
wearing my
thing we'll
Amazon special.
Yeah, right now I'm wearing the this is the watch gang that got sent, which is a Heritor.
It's an American company made in China.
Yeah, so just check that out here. Do you want to Yeah, so Mike says can't bring out the Gucci of watches right away.
No,
So
no.
we'll
Let's go
talk
ahead.
about all that. Do you want to compare, because if you guys don't know, we were going to do Watch Gang versus what you can get off the internet, right? You
Yeah,
want to explain that to
yeah.
people and maybe do that first?
Yeah, we have a
Hmm.
series called Watch Gangs versus the Internet, where Hank is getting watches off of Watch Gang, the
Hmm.
Black Edition. Which how much does that run?
It's 169.
169. So I have to get something off the internet that cannot go above that price.
Hmm. Right.
And
Yeah. And so Lola's saying we should talk about the watches we brought today, or in other words, what's on our wrist,
yep,
which
and we
that's what we're wearing. That's what we're both wearing on our
yeah.
wrists. My
So
I'm double wristing it, but this is a device. This is a smart device. It's not a watch.
exactly.
That's my
And
feeling.
what he's
Yeah.
holding up there, that is a watch, and it has an open heart. It is an automatic. And the open
Yeah.
heart, if you don't know, is a window on the front of the watch that lets you see the
Hmm.
mechanisms. And I believe that also has a display case back.
Yeah, it does. So let me go big screen over here. So here, let's go. So this is what the watch looks like right there. So yeah, it's open heart or partially skeletonized. So that's what you see right to here. Right there, that's what you see, and then this is a 24-hour hand on it, and then the open display that you're talking about is back here. So in other words, you could see the movement and the workings, the inner workings of the watch. You could see it beating away from this side, but open heart or partially skeletonized lets you do it while it's on your wrist. So that's this watch. It's a Heritor. It came in. I think that Heritor lists this on their website for like 650. I and obviously you get it from Watch Gang as part of the Black membership, which is less than 200.
Yeah, if you
Um,
look up the hair tour on Amazon, that would be an
mhm.
interesting thing that we should do, is look up to see how much it is, because, like,
Yeah,
in
what's the actual street price you're saying, right?
yeah, because a lot of the fancy watches, the street price is higher than what they advertise, but in a lot of the other watches, the street price is
Yeah.
lower.
Yeah, and this is automatic, and it is a wound watch here. It has no date or anything like that, but it's automatic. It has a Seiko movement in it. And I think we'll do like more detailed kind of a thing, but this is good to let everyone vote. So do you want to show yours?
Yes, I would do that.
Show
I
yours.
don't
I
have
want to
the
see.
fancy zoom camera right now, but
How are you letting me beat you at tech, John? This is shameful.
because I didn't think about it, and then I was missing the cable, and I grabbed the cable, and I don't think the cable working.
Maybe you were busy doing some gun news.
Maybe, or doing everything in the back end. Alright, this is what I got. This is
Mhm,
a Pagani Designs, which is a Chinese company, but,
mhm,
well, it's one of the better Chinese companies. There's a lot of cheap Chinese companies out there.
mhm.
This is one of the better Chinese companies. It has an in-house movement. They say the power reserve is 40 hours. I'm not sure if I believe that or not. I gotta test it out, but it also has the open heart design right there. It kind of feels like a Nautilus,
Mhm,
and it has a tourbillon style movement, which is not a
mhm.
true tourbillon, because that would be insane, but the tourbillon style movement with the
What does
back.
that even mean?
It's a way that it moves. If you see, you can see the little crossbar right there.
Mhm.
So it's just a way that it's moved, but it's really expensive to do. So
No, I
it's
would say I
very,
understand a little bit what a tourbillon is, which I think
yeah.
it's one of, and we could argue about this with the watch people. I think it's the one of the most useless features on a watch, but it makes every watch expensive. But on your particular watch, it's not a tourbillon. It's just supposed to look like it.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like that. It has a
Hmm.
brown dial.
Yeah, that
It's
is a
actually,
Patek Philippe homage that
yeah,
you are
it's
showing right
definitely,
now.
yeah, the Patek
Hmm.
Philippe Nautilus. The clasp is good too, because it it, like, hidden glass, and one of the cool things is it does come with the tool to adjust the links yourself. Now you
Okay.
might wanna be asking me, why did I go with the Chinese watch? And it's mostly because Hank got an automatic watch. I wanted to get an automatic watch, but getting a Swiss or Japanese watch, which are the 2 big company
Hmm.
watches that have an automatic movement at that price, was impossible.
Yeah, but I would say essentially both of these watches are Chinese because even though you said this is an American company, it's
An
made in
American
China.
company.
It's
It's made
right
in China.
there on the, yeah, it's made in China. So,
Yeah,
you know,
automatic watches at this price point, you're not gonna be able to get, like, a
yeah,
Swiss-made part or a Japanese.
yeah.
The movement's
Uh,
Japanese.
yeah, Misfit says Bugatti makes a tourbillon $4.5 million car. Yeah,
They do.
Bugattis are expensive. I've seen that. It's a really nice car, and it comes with a watch, which I forgot who exactly is making that watch, but one of those, uh, like I think it's a company that makes watches for very expensive watch companies, or they make parts and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's cool, but a tourbillon is completely useless. I think it was useful a long time ago, when people had pocket watches, and therefore your watch stayed in one orientation, and it had to like figure out how to not mess up the movement or keep the movement accurate, staying in one position. Versus now we've got watches on our wrists and they're going at different positions, and then the technology is just advanced. So you don't really need it, but it's a cool looking thing. And every time they put it in a watch, it's expensive. And even when the Chinese put like a for real tourbillon in a watch, it's expensive. So
Jacob and Co. actually makes the Bugatti watch.
no,
Yeah.
oh my god, that makes it worse. I'm not a Jacob and Co. fan, by the way.
All right, I'm just saying that they're the ones who make them.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they're getting more respect. Jacob and Co. reminds me of my early hip hop days. You know, everyone had those Jacob watches that were really just really not the best in the world, but they've kind of come up. But their stuff is ridiculous, which we could talk about when we get to the, what's the new stuff at Watches and Wonders. So let's do this. Let's get everyone out there to tell us. So if you guys haven't seen the video here, I'll hold this so you can see it. If you haven't seen the video, we both have videos on this, and we're going to let you guys decide right now by telling us in the chat who picked the better watch. And let me just go full screen over here, or go bigger screen with my watch. And I'm going to make my pitch for why mine is better. Mine is not a direct homage to anything. So it's more unique. Does that I
Yeah.
think that's what I would say. And you got to give it a lot of credit for that. I don't know how much credit I give it for being an American company, but it's not really a copy of anything unless you've seen something like this. Does have a Seiko movement in there. And I guess there's some watches out there, but this is very unique and it's not like trying to be a Rolex or trying to be a Patek or anything. And then also, I think my other reason why I think everyone should pick mine, because in your video, you did not show a gun in the background.
I showed a knife.
Yeah, but I think you should lose. I had a knife in mine too. I think you should lose some points based off of not showing a thing. So you guys let us know who did the better video and
Yeah.
which watch you would prefer. What's your
Yeah.
pitch for yours? Why yours
Well,
should
what we should do is put up a poll.
a
We'll both
poll?
have
Oh, okay.
pictures
Oh boy.
and yeah,
Yeah. Lola
the
wants to know the power reserve. This is supposed to be 40 hours. What's yours?
it's supposed to be 40 hours as well.
Yeah.
The
John, try to hit these things. So hold yours up so people could see it and let us know right now. Which one would you choose out of these? They're the kind of like the
but
same price.
yeah, we'll put up a poll if you want
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
community tab and
Yeah.
put up a picture of both watches. But we really can't see mine too well.
Was yours
While
holding the 40-hour power reserve?
I haven't tested that out yet.
Hmm.
I did let it sit for about 20 hours and it did,
Okay.
but I haven't done the full test. I wanna wear it like almost every day.
Yeah.
So on
My
Friday, I'm
hmm
going out. So I'm Friday
hmm
morning at like a
I'll
5K.
put it right there so people can see it. Yeah. Hmm.
So I'm probably gonna wear something else and not this. So Friday, I'm gonna put it
Hmm.
on, just let it time it. But the cool thing about mine is that it does look like a Nautilus. So if you like homages, this is a watch for you. Not everyone likes homages, but some people do. So if you like homages, this is great. Another thing about the watch is that it, the ticking of the second hand is
Hmm.
incredibly smooth. It's smoother than a lot of my higher end watches, which
Really?
I find yeah, I
So
find
it's not ticking, it's sweeping.
it's sweeping, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see
I
what people are saying. People say I got Misfit says I like Crumpy's watch with Hank's video. Boom.
yeah.
Lead
So,
on Steel says Crump's watch. There you go.
yeah, I think it just looks better. Um, but, like, I have an advantage, right?
It definitely looks more expensive. So if you're trying to like flex, I think yours. How's the bracelet on yours? Is it a good bracelet?
I wouldn't say it's the best. It's kind of stiffish.
Okay. Does it
Um,
have a good weight? This bracelet
it
looks
has a
good.
really good weight. It's just, there's not a lot of,
It's
it's
not
stiff.
not a play. Yeah. So
Yeah,
this Let me see. This bracelet looks good, but it feels really kind of light,
Yeah,
which it shouldn't. It should feel a little heavier. I don't know
yeah.
if yours has that heavy feel.
No, it does have that heavy feel.
Hmm.
I did look up what people are doing because it's kind of the bracelet
Hmm.
is kind of stiff, like out of the
Okay.
box.
Oh.
People are saying that if you soak it in mineral oil for a day,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
perfect.
Okay. I'm getting a couple of votes now, thanks to all those people out there. And by the way, me and John, this is just friendly competition.
Yeah.
This is
So what we're
friendly
gonna
competition.
do What we're
Yeah.
gonna do is every month we're gonna do this competition
Hmm.
for the foreseeable future, and
Hmm.
when we get the new watch, we have a choice to make, and this is really
All right.
cool. We can
Hmm.
either keep the watch that we had last month and give away the new watch that we get if we like the watch from last month better, or we give away whatever we got month before and keep the
Hmm.
new watch. So at
Yeah.
the end of the year, we should have the best two going head to head
Hmm.
as
Hmm.
the grand finale.
Yeah.
Um, that we can do it in January, so not full, but half a year, a
Yeah.
little bit over half a year, and then the winner. Oh, this is the watch of the Watch Gang versus Internet watch of 2025 or 2026 one.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting, yeah, because I think like if I get a better thing from Watch Gang, then yeah, I'm gonna go, okay, I'm gonna give this one away to someone out there when we do that, whenever that happens. It'll happen next month sometime in the live. But if not, I'll give that away. And same thing with you, right? And I know you're gonna come up with some cool stuff because
Yeah, I mean, I have
yeah,
some watches picked out. I just wanted to
yeah,
try to match yours.
right.
There are a lot of really coo I'm not gonna give up any hints
Yeah.
of what I'm gonna go with.
Do
I
we
get
have
a
this? Is this poll actually going? Do you know who's winning the poll? Because I don't know now. I'm looking at the comments and I don't know who's winning.
you know
Because it
what?
seems like
Well,
50
what I was
50 at this point. Hmm.
what I was gonna do,
Hmm.
and this is okay with
Hmm.
you, I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna take one of the pictures of your watch. I'll take
Right,
one of the
right,
my watch on the community tab. We're gonna put up a poll. I'm gonna share it everywhere, and then
right.
people will have a week to vote. And by next episode, we should have a clear winner.
Okay, there's another thing I want to do to give my watch a little bit of an extra thing here. There's a thing I want to do. I'm going to switch to this screen and share my phone. Here's what I want to do for the people out there. My watch can be worn while your car is driving its own damn self. Now,
Talking
here
about
we go.
fun.
Here we go. Now, this is not a feature of the actual watch, but this is my pitch. Check this out. Look. When you're wearing this green this Heritor, your car drives itself. I don't know if people can see this or not, but it's funny as hell to me. Here, I'll show it full screen. Yeah, check that out.
I'll put you on
I'm
full screen.
Yeah, look at that. I'm driving, but I'm not driving. So I don't know. That's probably cheating, right? You probably think that's cheating.
Definitely
No,
cheating.
right?
That's not
Okay.
cheating. I mean, I don't know why you would not think it's cheating, but over the Ticks and Bangs website, um, not the website, but the our Instagram here,
Yeah.
we have I have something that I want to show everyone.
Oh
And
boy.
check
What
this
does
out.
this mean? What is going to happen?
All right, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna add this.
Hmm. Oh, nice.
There it is. And
Nice. That is a nice picture of it, actually.
if you don't know what it is, oh, that's the new Rolex.
Right.
Let me just there it is.
What is this? What is this gun? Is it
It's
a
an AR.
308? Yeah.
No,
AR. Okay. So 5.56 or
it's just an
223.
AR with
Hmm.
the Hawaiian pattern.
That's a Hawaiian pattern in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, okay. Misfit says Crayola AR. You
Yeah.
know what I want to see? And this, I don't really want to see this. But one of the things that Watches and Wonders is that Rolex release that I think looks like a kente cloth.
Oh,
Uh,
I have a video of that if you wanna see
yeah,
it.
yeah. So are people supposed to be going and voting somewhere, or they're just
No,
voting
no, not
here?
yet. It's gonna start after.
Okay, after this, will the vote will go on at watch ticksandbangs.com, right?
No, I'm just gonna do a community tab. Actually, I could do a ticks and bangs.
Okay. So we just got to make sure we get people over there doing that. I'm trying to look to see because I did it. So at Watches and Wonders, okay? At Watches and Wonders, one of the things Rolex came out with is an OP from Rolex, which is kind of like their entry level, you can say, or it's well, I don't know, it might be like second entry up from the bottom or something. I don't know. However they want to look at it. But this is the thing that they did that was crazy to me. This is the watch right here, right? So hold on, let me go this way. I could zoom in. This is the watch, and it reminds me, does everyone remember when these dudes did this thing? That's what this looks like to me. Dude. And this is, by the way, this is called kente cloth right here that these guys are wearing. Uh, that's what this thing reminds me. I don't know. That's my own little thing. So let me know what you guys think about that. But if you're ready, if you're there, let's go through. I don't know where John went off to. He's somewhere here in the
Oh,
background.
I'm here,
Do you want to
sorry.
go through? Do you want to
Sorry,
go through what came out from Watches and Wonders?
yeah, yeah, there's a couple,
Hmm.
that I wanted to go through. You wanna start with the
Hmm.
Rolex?
Yeah, let's start with Rolex. Since, like I said, Rolex is the king, although they're not, you
You're
know.
definitely the king, man.
Yeah, shout out to Flying Rich. We should just be shouting out everyone hanging out there with us. Flying Rich is here. Jade Grew, Misfit, Mike is here. Lead on Steel, Jared Martinson is here. There you go. Uh, Toito Wink. There you go. He's here. Warren, shout out to Warren. Kurt 24. Uh, Cave Dave is here. Lola is here. Safety Harbor Firearms is here. Um, and I think Safety Harbor came in here twice because he's trying to win. He's trying to make sure that he wins one of these watches. So
Of
if
course
I
you
missed you, let me know if you're here and you'll get
alright.
your shout out. Yannick Stoner, see a bunch of people here. So shout out to everyone. All right, so are you gonna throw these watches up and we'll give our
Yeah,
opinion and get the
I'm gonna throw a couple of them up, so let me just go ahead and share
sure.
my screen here.
Yeah.
Um, the first one I wanna talk about
Ray is here. Shout out to Ray. And everyone hit those thumbs ups.
is this puppy here. This
Um,
is the new Daytona
okay. Hmm.
by Rolex.
So
So
I
third ounce
think
crown,
mhm.
it's an updated movement. They changed the position of the numbers.
The way you read it for sure, yeah. Off the
Yeah,
bezel right there.
the
Yeah.
bezels.
Hmm.
They said that they did that to make it easier to read.
Hmm. Hmm. And the face of this Daytona, which they're usually like you can get like a panda, you can get black and all that kind of stuff. And they've done white before, but this is an enamel white, so it's nice. And it has a open display case back, which is
Yeah,
kind
which
of
is
cool.
unusual for Rolex. A lot
Yeah.
of the stuff don't have that. And also, if
Mhm.
you notice the third dials, they're sunken in.
Yeah. Should we also tell people what kind of money this is at? I think this is a lot of guys out there, if they want a nice watch, this is probably what they imagine, the Daytona. That's like what a lot of guys consider as a baller, being a Rolex, and then like it's not an easy Rolex to get. I
Oh,
I
no,
don't have one. Do you
no,
have one of these?
no, I do not. The
No.
waiting list is years and years, and the waiting list
Mhm.
isn't real because you only get picked if they like you.
Yeah. And this
Uh,
particular one is $57,000.
it's $57,000 from Rolex.
Yeah.
So if you actually wanna get this thing on your wrist, you're probably gonna end up paying 75-ish, 80-ish.
Yeah. Well, because they're so Rolex themselves is only going to open this to people who spent a lot of money with them, which is kind of how that works.
Yeah, you have to
Um,
basically spend like
yeah,
a lot of money.
I'm thinking $250,000. So this is one of the problems I think in the watch world, and why a
Well,
lot of people get frustrated with Rolex. Um,
particularly Rolex.
mhm, yeah. You know, this is another thing I want to ask while we're looking at these watches, because there are some watches. So Watches and Wonders is the big show. You're not going to see a lot of the, like, Heritor's probably not at Watches and Wonders. And what's the name of the company that made your watch you were just showing?
Donnie Designs. Actually, I think they are.
Oh, they are there. Yeah, so these watches at this show, at the big show, are very expensive. And I'm curious to know this as a gun guy and a watch guy. Do you gun guys out there, do you get mad if you see the gun guys that you look at on YouTube and they have a nice watch? Let me know right now. Tell me, do you think that the gun guy that you watch on YouTube should be a monk and only show you guns, even though it might be he might have $1 million worth of guns, and you don't want to see him wearing any expensive watches? Or are you okay if the dude, if he's a baller, you don't mind if you see him rocking a gold Rolex or
Yeah.
whatever? Let me know.
I
I'm
wanna see
curious.
what you think of this one. This is a new Rolex. This is their 100-year anniversary, uh,
Right.
Oyster Perpetual.
Hmm.
Pretty nice.
Um,
It's a two-tone, but here's the
it's
thing,
two-tone. Yeah.
only the bezel and the hands and the indices are two-tone. Usually when Rolex does two tones, like on my 16013, it's,
Hmm.
it's gold it's gold and stainless steel, but
Hmm.
the bracelet, I have a Jubilee bracelet on mine, that's gold and stainless steel too, but this year, they went ahead and they only did the two-tone on the case.
Do you like, let me ask you this. Do you like two-tone watches? Do you like a gold watch? Where do
If
you
the
come
whole
down?
thing is two-tone, I not really sure what I think about.
You don't like all gold.
Well, I mean, I don't like all gold. I'm not really sure what to think about the, two-tone that's just
Mhm.
the case.
Yeah, I am not a fan of two-tone normally. So, yeah. And then I like my watches pretty simple. So I just like steel. I like steel, I like titanium and stuff like that, and I like stuff to be monotone. So, oh, by the way, Babyface P is out there dissing us.
Of
Um,
course he
uh,
is.
um, Lead on Steel says, doesn't bother me what someone else has, doesn't affect me one way or another. I agree with you, sir.
That's the way you should
And
be.
yeah, DC2 Megaboost says, watches, guns, and cars are my hobbies. I think we are spirit brothers. And
Now,
Jade Ruth says, I only get jealous when it comes to guns.
did you notice on this
Oh,
one?
look, Kente. Kente
Yeah,
cloth.
they have it's Rolex written in there.
I know, but I'm nicknaming this the Rolex Kente. And by the way,
This is gonna
Kente,
sell big. I guarantee it. People are gonna buy the hell out of
yeah,
this.
probably. This is going to be very popular. Um, I'm just making fun of it. Lola hates it because Lola is West African. She comes from Ghana, and that kente cloth is from her people. And when she saw those politicians wearing that thing, she wasn't happy.
Hey, my relative is from Senegal.
Yeah, you're like 2%. Lola's 100%.
I'm
She's pure
1%.
1%. There you go. Jared Martinson says a guy got what he got. If he has bitchin' guns, doesn't mean he has bitchin' watches. But I think a dude that has bitchin' watches has bitchin' watches. Why? No idea. Sometimes you got to balance that out, right? Like, so with the gun thing, some guns are really not expensive, but
Yeah.
some are
The
really
watches are
expensive.
like, you can get a freaking Casio, which is a god tier watch.
Yeah, Casios are cool. Yeah, I've got a Casio or two. I got more than one Casio.
Like, even, like, guys who have, like, Richard Mille watches, they have
Richard
freaking
Mille. Yeah.
Casios too.
Yeah. That's
What do
real
you
baller level, Richard Mille. Okay, so what's this one you're gonna show? Let's
This is the return of the Yacht Master.
hmm
So it has
Okay,
a
so
new movement in it. The new
mhm,
movement actually makes it thinner than the old Yachtmaster, and they move the uh, the
yeah.
second dial.
So I don't know which one of us people are gonna think is good guy, bad guy, but should I let you go first before I say what I think about this?
I love the Yachtmaster.
You do? Okay.
I absolutely. I know you don't like it. I love the Yachtmaster.
Okay. So Yacht Masters, and by the way, this is gonna be crazy, but in the future I'll show you guys because this is gonna sound pretty crazy to you guys. But I have a Yacht Master, a Rolex Yacht Master, but it's a titanium. Like I said, it's just just monotone and gray and stuff like that. But this, like the Yacht Master in general, I like that watch, but I don't like Yacht Masters because they remind it's I always see sales guys with these. That's the only way I could explain it to you. The guy who has a Yacht Master, he's the number one salesman wherever he's at. Probably drives a nice Mercedes and everything. It's just too prototypical to me, the Yacht Master. Yeah, and then what even do you have a yacht? I know I have. I know I'm saying like this is.
Do I have a yacht? Of course.
Yeah,
No, I don't
you
have a
do
yacht.
have. Yeah, exactly. So the actual function of it, like what I have is called a yacht master, but it doesn't do this timing function that this does, which is probably the most complicated Rolex I think that exists. That's
Right. Yeah.
that's what I heard.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
some other Rolexes, but let's just go up. But
Babyface says he's selling used BMWs. Yeah, I don't know. It's just too prototypical. If
yeah.
I see that on you, I don't think you're a gun guy. A gun guy is gonna have some like a gun guy. If a gun guy has a Rolex, I'm assuming it's gonna be something like badass and tactical. But I
Yeah.
guarantee you, there's big sales gun guys out there like that are big salesmen, and they've got yacht masters probably two tone yacht masters.
You know why I got my Rolex 16013, right? My two-tone Datejust from the 80s.
No, where'd you get it?
You know why I got it?
Oh,
I
why?
told you why. Because
Huh?
someone famous wore it in a book.
Oh, okay. Was this like like a guy who was maybe, special ops or something in a book?
Patrick Bateman, American Psycho.
Oh, American. No, that's different. That American Psycho watch is cool because of the movie. I have to say that.
Yeah,
Let's
look,
see, we're missing.
this right here is this is the Tudor, the Monarch.
This
I
I
think this
like.
watch is hot.
This I like. This is really cool.
I
Um,
like the color of the face.
yeah, I would nickname this the Dune. It reminds me of the new movies that are coming out from Dune, like Dune 1 and Dune 2. This is a very desert style watch to me. And it's kind of weird. I typically don't like things with Roman numerals on it, but this has a mix. It has like Roman numerals, Arabic numerals. So the what we're typically using when we write 1 and 2 is Arabic numerals, believe it or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is a cool watch from Tudor, and it's not ridiculously expensive.
No,
It's cost
Tu
some money, but mhm.
Tudor is the sister brand of Rolex.
Babyface says he liked that. He's got some class.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got
I
a
really
little
like
bit of
that.
class in him, Babyface.
Yeah, we're
And
not gonna
Walter
go
said,
over.
yeah, Walter says too plain. Oh, that's what I like about it. That it's kind of plain, and those black hands. That's where the fun is in that. But yeah, Walter says he doesn't like it too plain.
Yeah,
Misfit likes Roman numerals.
we're not gonna go over all these watches. This one, I wanna get your opinion on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you speak first.
Okay.
This is the Tudor Black Bay, and
hmm
the cool thing about this is you'll see.
Okay. Roll it. Let's see. I think I know what it is.
Which one?
Is it the ceramic? There we
Yeah.
go. Boom. Yeah. Black base ceramic is cool. When this first came out, I had one from Tudor. I've had a lot of Tudors. I'm a big fan of Tudor because it's a sister company to Rolex, but it's more affordable and they make very good watches. So typically Tudors are like anything from 2000, 4,000, maybe goes. I think the most expensive Tudor is 5 or 6,000. So I think Tudors are really cool, and this is kind of like in, up my alley, right? This is kind of
This
up
is
my
all
alley.
ceramic.
Yeah, it's black, it's blacked out, which is one of my favorite color combinations, black on black.
Yeah, I like this. I think this is pretty.
Misfit says that's me right there. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
I
think
think a
that
lot of gun guys are like this. We just, we're weird. We're wired, I think, a little differently.
yeah,
Walter probably thinks that's boring too, probably.
Walter thinks everything is boring.
Yeah, Rich says it's sexy. That is very stealth right there, man. That watch
Yeah,
is super stealth. The only thing, so my only complaint about it is that it doesn't have a display case back, but Tudor only did that. The one I had a display case back. Tudor only does that when they're first introducing a watch. So that Desert, the one I called Dune that you were showing before, that has a display case back, but next year, or if they change something on it, they're not going to do that. So yeah.
yeah.
Warren says that all black is sweet. I'm telling you, that's a gun guy watch right there that you showed. Except it's ceramic. So what do you think, John? Do you think that's going to be durable? Like,
Now some ceramics are very durable.
okay,
Just depends.
yeah. Babyface says, "Do you have a see-through wrist?" I know.
Well, yeah. Okay. Here you go. This is, I don't. I love tag. I know a lot of people
Oh.
don't like tag, but I love tag. And my favorite tag watch, which I don't have one, and I really wish I did, is
Hmm.
the Monaco, and this is the new Monaco.
So what's new about this? The tag. What do
New
you?
movement. They changed up the face. They changed up the indices. They changed up the hands.
Yeah, I see. Babyface says friends don't let friends buy tags.
The Monaco. You know who made the Monaco famous, right?
Is a famous actor that is on the tip of my oh my god.
Steve
It-
McQueen.
Steve McQueen, super cool dude.
And this is a chronograph. I think that is a badass watch right there.
The Monaco is undeniably, to me, undeniably cool, but my favorite Monaco ever was the Carbon Monaco, which was a Bamford edition. So if anyone out there knows George Bamford, let me know. It's a deep cut, George Bamford. And you know what's crazy? Can I tell you what's crazy? Because no one's gonna know George Bamford out there, but check it out. That is a Bamford watch.
Oh,
So
sorry.
have you heard of George Bamford?
No.
So Bamford here's how he got started he's a British guy, very cool dude, right? And he got started, he would buy Rolexes and modify them because he thought Rolexes weren't they just weren't cool enough. So, and they didn't do a lot of all black Rolexes and stuff. So he would get a Rolex and just completely black it out, and and then his signature color was blue. Like you see how you see these blue accents in there,
Yeah. Look at that
right? You
green.
see this? Yeah. See this? And by the way, this is something from him, and it has like topography on it and all of that. And this is a GMT and all that at the same time. It's automatic, so I haven't worn it here in a while for it to be running, but very cool watch from George Bamford. And he works with the parent company to Tag. What group is Tag in? Oh, I'm trying to remember.
No, I can't remember.
Are they Richemont Group? I don't think so.
I
But
don't think
anyway, yeah, that's my favorite one, but in general, I don't like tags, and I've had one. You know why I don't like them?
I don't like their quartz stuff. They do a lot of quartz.
I don't like tags because they're they're in the same price category as Tudor. So you can get a tag for like, let's say you can get a tag for $4,000 or $5,000, and no one will buy it from you for that price. It'll immediately become about $2,000. That's what it'll
You
be worth.
you know how many tags I bought brand new?
How many?
None.
Yeah, you're buying them like after the value has dropped out of that. Like, when you drive a car off of a lot, it immediately loses value. Yeah, that's the tough thing with a tag.
Yeah.
So, and Babyface says tag quartz is why I hate tag.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. I don't like their quartz.
Yeah. Oh, DC2 Megaboo says he knows about Bamford.
There you go.
Boom. There you go, Bamford. I'm pretty proud of that Bamford, and we could talk about it and all that. I'm a big fan of Bamford, George Bamford and his watches. Flying Rich says, when you fly, do you wear an expensive watch? I'll let you take that one.
Well, they're when I I usually don't. I have if I go overseas to somewhere like sketchy, which
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been in a long time, but every
Mm-hmm.
time I went to like a third world country, I wore I'll do a thing on it. I wore a square, not the round, but the square G-Shock.
G-Shock. Okay. All right.
When I went to Alaska, I brought my tag and I brought on a Mega Seamaster.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so flying inside of America, typically I fly somewhere, I wear like whatever I feel, is gonna go with what I'm getting up to at the time. So it
Yeah.
can be like the watches I have that are a little bit more expensive. But if I was flying to, let's say, New York City, yeah, I would probably do the same thing as John and rock a Casio.
Yeah, it just depends on when you go, right?
Yeah, it depends where you go. But I was in LA recently and I was wearing Rolexes and stuff like that in LA. Um, but
Yeah.
I,
It,
it's just one of those things. Hmm.
this is the new Grand Seiko, and I'm not a Grand Seiko fan. I think they're just expensive Seikos. But
Hmm.
this one, it's hand etched.
Um, so it looks cool.
It's
How much is this? I'm just curious.
I'm not sure what the price is, but it,
Hmm.
it's 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 based on a waterfall,
Oh,
basically.
okay.
Uh,
Yeah,
it, it's
I
it's
think.
it's
Mhm.
the Takashina Otaki waterfall, and
Okay.
it's inspired by that, and it's all engraved, fully engraved.
Yeah. I think one of the things that I would say to people about watches, and you guys already know out there, you really have to see some of these watches in person. So, like, I was making fun of that Kente Rolex, right? But I might see it in person and go, oh, this is cool when you see it in person. There might be something you don't like. And when you see it, you're like, oh, this is actually cool. Or the reverse, you think it's cool. And then when you see it, you don't like it. I will just say that all the times that I've seen G-Shock, not G-Shocks, Grand Seikos in person, I've not, I haven't really seen one that's moved me where I'm like, I have to have this watch.
Well, my 50 fathoms.
Hmm.
Well, I didn't like 50 fathoms. I thought that they were ugly. Then I went and saw one, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, I really like this."
I would agree with you. And it's an expensive watch, but when you see it in person, you're like, ooh, this is nice.
But like,
So, yeah.
it's around. I think it's around 8K ish.
Yeah. Mike says he likes the engraving. And I think, by the way, when you look into like you were saying, right? When you look into them to Grand Seiko, they make a high quality watch, but the price, I don't know if the price really like that's the kind of thing you probably want to find on the secondary market, I would say.
Yeah, Grand Seiko, definitely.
Yeah.
Kevin
Sure.
O'Leary loves Grand Seiko for some reason.
Yeah. Santi Harbor says I need a 70s diver Seiko. So Grand Seiko and Seiko completely different, although I think they're probably in the same family. Like any Seiko, like Seikos are cool and they're affordable watches. The Grand Seikos are a lot more expensive. Um, Kurt says it looks like a frag out watch.
Yeah, you're
Um,
probably right.
yeah.
Brad does some great work though.
No, the work on there is pretty cool. The work on there is pretty cool. And you can't knock that, you know. And I'm not knocking anyone. Like, I think ultimately what you like is what you like. And I think that the Japanese, and when it comes to Grand Seiko, they make excellent products, you know. I'm just not sure that it's worth the money. I would find that I would look for those kinds of things when, you know,
Yeah, just like me and Tag. I don't ever buy a new tag.
Yeah, and Walter was saying like he got his tags at Costco, and that's a good play. When something hits Costco, you're getting a good deal on it. So I don't knock that. Costco or Sam's Club. And you know what? We were talking about in the like setting doing these videos. We were talking about maybe me and John, we're gonna do a challenge where we both have to go to local Costco's and and not Costco's. What did we say? Walmart, I think. Something like
Yeah,
that. Like a step down from Costco. But we'll go to Walmart or Target or something like that, and we'll have a challenge. He'll go to one in Virginia where he's at, and I'll go to one here in Florida, and we'll see what's the coolest watch we could find at a certain price point or something.
I want to talk about a cool watch.
What you got?
This is the Jean Lafontaine. Jean Lafontaine did a story called "The Crow versus the Fox."
Okay. Hmm.
Patek
Okay.
Philippe introduced their grand complication. The reference
Hmm.
number is 1747G001, and
Hmm.
it is let's just look at it because
Yeah,
I think
play this. Let me see it. I haven't seen this.
so. It
So this
tells
is
the story
mhm.
of the fox, the crow versus the fox.
Okay. I'm not super familiar with that story. What is that story? Just give me
It's a
synopsis.
classic children's story, basically.
Hmm.
And look how it opens up. It's like a pocket watch style back.
Yeah, do they call this like a captain's case back or something? I love that when you see that on a watch. So it's
Yeah, so
display,
it's like a
but you,
hinge style back.
yeah, I like that. I know
I
that's weird, but I like it when I see it on a watch. Patek Philippe is awesome. That's why I was saying Patek Philippe is in the Holy Trinity. You will never see a Rolex like this, even though you're seeing now Rolex is now starting to do open display watches, display back watches and stuff, but you won't see a Rolex look like that. That's why they're not in the Holy Trinity, in my opinion, and most people's opinion. Uh yeah. Flying Rich wants me to talk about frag out. You probably know more about frag out than I do. Is that
uh,
something Flying Rich is associated with?
he need to talk to you about Frag Out. I don't know what that has to do with.
Oh, he says he needs to talk to me about it. Okay, cool. Yeah. So let's
I
see.
want to show a couple
Ian
more.
Johnson likes this one. He says that's nice. And Mike says, I'd love to see you guys do a challenge like that. I feel like we really should, John.
I
We
agree.
could,
I thought we already agreed to it.
yeah, yeah, we agreed to it. That'd be cool. Okay, what else you got here?
I
What
want
else
to
you
do
have?
another.
Show
Uh,
me
we
IWC. That's my favorite
we might
watch
go a
brand.
little bit long tonight, guys, but that's fine because we have
Yeah,
it's a special day, right?
right. Okay,
A
yeah.
special week.
You
I want
guys
to
don't
show a
mind
couple more
hanging out with
Patek
us.
Philippe.
I think people are
We'll get,
having fun hanging out with
yeah,
us. Hmm.
we'll go to IWC next, but check this out. This is
Okay.
the constellation, and this is the night sky. This is the sky over Geneva, and it
Yeah.
changes day to night.
Yeah, this is the thing about Patek Philippe, man. These like they're very expensive and they're tough to even get, but their watchmaking skills. Look at that. Look at it moving.
So
That's
basically,
all.
whatever time it is,
Yeah.
it's the actual sky above Geneva.
That watch has Walter written all over it. That was cool. No, I like
That
that. That's cool.
yeah, that is one of my favorite watches. What a couple of my favorite watches is the other one that we have already.
Do you have a Patek Philippe?
I do not have a Patek Philippe.
Me neither, dude. I got to get on a whole different level of being a YouTube baller.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, Ian Johnson says now that's just pure art. It really is. So, and Mike says I love the design of that. So, yeah, do you have? So, did you show Audemars Piguet? That's like to me
they,
another. Or
they didn't have any new watches that are introduced.
okay, but they were at Watches and Wonders,
They
which is the
were
news.
watches and wonders, but they just didn't introduce anything.
Just yeah, just that they showed up. Okay, what about Vacheron? Did you have Vacheron
Yeah,
to show
we'll get
us?
into that, but I want to show you one more
Okay,
Patek
all right,
Philippe.
cool. Hmm.
I want to
Let's
see
see.
what you think of this because I think you might like it.
Oh, I already know this is a Cubitus, dude. There's no way in hell I like this thing.
You don't like the Cubitus?
No, I don't. I don't like it.
Okay, never
I like
mind.
that it's a perpetual. Obviously, it's a perpetual. And look at the work in there, the workmanship. This is what I like about watches. When you look at the back of this and what goes into it, they're like little tiny machines, little tiny cars. It's what I like about the engineering and design of guns. But overall, if you compare this to what the Cubitus is replacing for Patek, it's really replacing the Nautilus and stuff like that. This is like it went backwards to me. So I'm not a fan of the Cubitus line from Patek Philippe. No,
You don't like the Cubitus line?
no, you're a fan. You're a fan of that. It's okay. It's all
Yeah.
right.
I'm gonna do two more, then we'll get into Jacob and not Jacob and Co.
Hmm.
Into IWC because I want to do
You should show that Jacob. You should show that Jacob and Co.
The Godfather.
Yeah, let's see what the gun guys think about. Who likes the Godfather movie? Me. I'm a fan of the Godfather series. You know, I grew up with that.
I don't know if I really like
Yeah.
this. I think it might be a little bit too gimmicky.
Hmm.
We don't
This
get.
is the first one. This is not the new one they came out with. The new one's square.
I couldn't find the new one. They don't have videos on it.
Oh,
So
yeah. So, oh, you couldn't find it at all?
no.
Oh.
I mean, if I found some, but
Hmm.
they were like other people. They didn't like all the other companies released hype videos, right?
Hmm.
They didn't have a hype video for this.
No, I'm pretty sure Jacob. Let me see if I could find Jacob and Co. Godfather, because it's the Godfather 2 that you have to look for.
Wow.
So it's Jacob and Co. Godfather watch, but it's the Godfather 2. So you're looking at the Godfather. Um,
I
it's the
couldn't find the.
Godfather 2. No, let's see. This is from Jacob and Co. right here. And let me see how I can let me run in my screen here. Hold on. Okay, so can I go like this? So this is the closest you guys are gonna come to seeing this, I think.
They have like
Um
50 pieces or something like that.
yeah, and the scroll work on every and on this is cool if everyone's looking at it. But it's basically a music box. And
The first one was a music box too.
it's just two on the nose. To me, it's two on the nose. I don't know. I'm not into this kind of thing. And it plays themes, which we can't obviously play here. It plays themes from the Godfather movie and all that. So you really can't play this, but this is too much. I don't know. It's too much for me.
Yeah. There's
Uh,
another.
yeah, it's got a tourbillon in it. How much is this? Do you know what this even costs? I'll have
I'm
to
not
look this
sure.
up. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. I don't know. I think Jacob and Co is too much for me. I am not a fan of Jacob and Co.
They do have one really cool watch though, and I'll tell you why it's cool. You might not like it. The Reverso, but they're doing limited runs and they're all hand painted.
No, this is not Jacob and Co. This is JLC.
Oh, wait, not Jacob and Co. I meant to say JLC.
Yeah, this is JLC. Yeah, JLC is a
I
great.
meant to say JLC.
Yeah, JLC is a great watch company. I am a fan of JLC for
Yeah,
sure.
I want a Reverso.
Yeah, I think JLC is pretty cool. And we will show you that guy. We'll show that to you guys in the future because I have a JLC Reverso.
All right, we're
So
gonna do.
one day we'll talk. One day we'll talk like Grail watches and stuff like that, and we'll get into that. Yeah, Javin says it's too gimmicky, so and costs too much. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff.
we're gonna get
Uh,
into the because we said we're gonna do the drawing at 10, and it is
mhm.
10.
Okay.
So hashtag watches for and we only got 12 people, so we got 16
Yeah.
in here, only 12. Hashtag watches.
Yeah. So do people still have time to hit that? Can you give people?
Until I hit draw, they can enter.
Okay, so just hashtag watch is what you got to throw up in there if you want to, you know, and Javin says much respect for pronouncing my name correctly. Awesome. Uh, Okay, here we go. So people are doing this,
13.
and stick with us because IWC is one of my favorite watches. I love them. IWC started out as an American company. The founder of IWC was in he was in the Civil War. And then he was a watchmaker in the Civil War, which I didn't know there was such a thing.
And they were going to run a poll for.
Hmm. Okay.
I accidentally kicked
Now
myself out.
everyone's in there. Okay, so it's
All right.
still good, right? Yeah, everyone's hitting. I
So
see
good. We're going
everyone
to do it
hitting it.
now.
Everyone
We
hitting
got
it.
14. This is the. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to make myself.
Yeah, go full screen on you.
This is the Invicta. This is the Pro Diver with the black bezel.
By the way, I like this for Invicta. I'm not a super big fan of
Either
Invicta, but
one. Pro
I
Divers,
like this.
they got a couple good watches, but most of them are like 50 millimeters, like massive. That I feel like Flavor Flay with the necklace around my
Yeah,
neck when I wear a lot of Invictas, but these are actually this is actually like 38 millimeters.
yeah, that is a cool watch. I think that's a cool watch. It is a homage, but it's not super big, and it's I think it's nice.
It looks a lot more expensive than what it is.
Yeah,
And there's also a link to it. If you want to, well, I didn't even do it. I forgot to do the link though.
seriously, John. Okay, John will get better at this as time goes on. Don't worry, I'll give him a hard
Dude,
time.
I built the website.
Yes.
I built everything.
Yeah, John does the hard
go.
work. I just come in here and act like I know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see who's gonna be the person.
I show him flying.
No way. No way. No way it is not Flying Rich.
It's StreamYard.
Okay.
It's StreamYard. Flying Rich, I was about to say. AI runs the back end. So if you don't know the website, we don't have to maintain it.
You don't even want to see Walter's reaction to this.
Yeah. Flying Rich. All right.
Okay. All right.
Let's go ahead. We'll take this down. We're gonna stop sharing here. Okay. So next week.
Yeah. Congratulations, Flying Rich, you bastard.
We can do another black bezel one. Or we can do this right here, which is actually another Invicta I kind of like.
Yeah.
The black base with the fluted bezel.
Yeah, this is like a date just.
Like a date just, yeah.
Cave Dave says rigged. No, that was the thing doing it. I mean, Flying Rich is just a bastard. He always wins stuff.
Yeah. Or we can do the blue bezel.
Okay, so this is next week.
Next week.
Join us next week. And I'm saying this now. First of all, we're gonna have to set up some rules. Okay, because we're talking about watches and wonders, we're not setting up the rules, but we do next episode, we need to set up some rules, and I'm gonna start right now. Flying Rich is not winning next week. I don't care what happens. He is not winning. His name will come up on that screen, and I'm gonna disqualify him.
Dude, I think that's hilarious that he won. It wasn't run by somebody in Russia, right?
Yeah, it was totally random. It was totally. I'm gonna let it go this time. And I love Rich. Everyone knows that. Eric Hammond says, "Hey, good to see you on YouTube again." Yeah, listen, I am on YouTube. If you go look up Stranger Palooza, you can see we put up videos all the time. But yeah, we can't do the podcast Who Moved My Freedom. We can't do it here, so we do it on Rumble. And I do put videos up on Hank Strange on YouTube, but YouTube spends a bunch of time deleting them or shadow banning them and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's it's a fight that we're fighting. But next week, I promise you guys, Rich is not going to win. For the Rich, please do join us because now you want to watch, so you have to join us every week. I expect to, but you're not winning. You're not winning again, buddy. You got your one time.
So we got a black bezel diver, a blue bezel diver, or the fluted date just.
Yeah. I almost wish we could just, but we'll be back next week. We'll be back next week. Yeah, Frank Rich says, I won. I'm never watching again. You bastard. He is a he is a son of a gun, Rich. No, he's
All right.
that's our dude though. Rich is our dude.
So the poll is up. When we
Mhm.
get done with everything, we'll pick it. But
Mhm.
let's
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
mean, so if people go to the there is other ways, right? For that people could do stuff, right?
Yeah, we also if we have a Patreon, and that's how we're gonna
Mhm.
fund this. And
Mhm.
every the watches that we do, we're
Mhm.
gonna be giving away these watches. So
Yeah.
basically, every month you're gonna get a chance to get
Sure.
a watch worth a couple $100.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
and also, if you go to ticksandbangs.com, there is a link where you can win a Tissot PRX. And Tissot
Right.
PRX is probably the best watch of under $1,000.
Yeah. And don't worry, we are going to give away a lot more stuff or whatever,
Yeah,
but
every
we know
week for the next
yeah.
3 months, we got a watch to give away every single podcast for 3
Yeah.
months. So that's
John and I are doing this so that we can share our love
yeah,
of watches with
yeah.
people. So,
This is not to make money.
yes. And we didn't, poor Rich would be over there crying if we just kicked him out. So, and he's not hosting this particular one. I see Rayket says no other YouTube channel host should have been eligible. I think that Rich and I saw that I saw that obviously
It's
obviously
gonna shut up.
Walter was here. Walter was here too.
Half the damn people on our chat are YouTube hosts.
Yeah, but I appreciate everyone coming. Don't worry, we got you. We've got you guys. We're gonna take care of you. And this is like I just want this to be a fun thing that we could do and we could
You know
put it
what?
here.
You know what? Since
Yeah.
which one? We're gonna give away another black bezel.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want people to are you
No,
just
so
gonna
we gotta
choose
use the same thing.
do the same thing? Rich is definitely disqualified. And by the way, so is Walter. Love you,
You,
Walter, but I'm disqualifying you right now.
you
You
don't have
better
to
not
share.
win. Huh?
I mean, you don't have to like re-enter it. You can just
Yeah. We'll just go with whoever did it, and it better not be Walter. That's what I know. I'm, I'm disqualifying Walter right now. We can't have that. We'll
so we're
have a
giving away 2
rebellion,
watches
right?
tonight, 2 black bezel watches.
Yeah. Can you imagine? It better not be Walt, because we will have a rebellion.
War there you go.
There you go. Boom. Warren's not
Email
Warren. Do you know Warren?
no.
Yeah, there you go.
Email
There you go.
info@ticksandbangs.com, info@ticksandbangs.com, info@ticksandbangs.com. Just take a screenshot of your YouTube thing so we know you're
Mm-hmm.
legit, and
Right.
we will get it in. And you have
Yes.
to be present to win. So if you're not out there, then
Yeah. Congratulations to Warren. Everyone's happy with this one, Rich. See?
there you go.
Yeah, everyone's not Rich, John. Everyone's happy.
There you go.
Yeah, Warren says, I know myself.
Yeah, so you're gonna get a black bezel one as well.
Okay, cool. Cool. And like I said, what we're gonna do is so like next month, but we've got to like give it some time because we really want to show people whether or not, like
I don't know.
we really want to review these watches. But next month, when the watch gang comes, if I don't like, if I like what comes better, I'm gonna give this away as well as whatever John gives away. And John, I
Yeah.
think you're gonna do the same thing, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
um,
So
Mike
let's
says I'm having a great time just being here. It's fun. It's fun.
all right. So let's get into the IWC stuff, right?
Yeah, let's do that real quick before, obviously we said we are only going to do an hour, but we're going to extend it a little
Yeah,
because
because this is
everyone's
a
having
special
fun.
it's the first episode for one, and for another
Yeah,
thing, it's Watches and Wonders, guys.
yeah. And
This
it's fun hanging out with you, John. I miss the days when we used to do the news and, you know,
yeah, then you convinced me to start my own YouTube channel.
yeah, I'm happy for you. You've done very
Yeah,
well, man. Very
like,
proud of you.
everyone else was, like, just trying to get me to, "Oh, you just come on my show." You're
Yeah.
like, why aren't you just doing your own?"
I'm proud of you, John. You've changed tremendously. People should go look at those older things, and
Yeah.
John has really like stepped up, and he's done a good job overall for the Second Amendment. And I congratulate you, man. And I mean that. Like you're a good dude. You people don't realize like, you don't have to do this, and you make big sacrifices to do what you do, and I appreciate it, and I'm sure all the other people out there appreciate it as well.
Yeah, I'm rich, bitch. No, just joking.
Okay, so we're looking at IWC real quick.
This is
This is the
IWC.
space
This
watch.
is interesting. This is their glow in the dark watch, which
That's
I
cool.
don't know, man. That looks like a happy face.
Yeah, you will definitely get robbed when you wear this to New York City and you go
It's
to the
gonna be like
club.
standing out. Yeah, it is space certified though.
Yeah, no, so this glow in the dark one is a perpetual, which perpetual watches are awesome. My favorite watch complication, which we'll talk about these kinds of things in the future, is a GMT, but I love a
Great.
perpetual, and this one is cool. The whole case is luminescent,
Yeah, only
so it glows.
250 of it. It's all luminescent. It's space certified. That looks like a happy face. And there's
Yeah,
no bezel.
there's no what?
Bezel.
Yeah, this is cool. I really do think this is a cool watch, but it's really super ballery because it makes you look like you're glowing kryptonite. You can't sneak up on and I like it. I'm a huge fan of IWC. And then and IWC, like for example, I saw all these watches way before it came out here for Watches and Wonders because they invited me to this thing where they show the watches to certain people, but you have to sign an NDA that you don't disclose it or put anything out. And I saw their lineup, and I thought it was really cool. Do you want to the ones I really liked is that space watch that you showed. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
get since you love IWC so much.
yeah. And then they
You,
have a titanium yacht master that I thought was cool.
you
I mean,
guys.
not Yachtmaster. I'm sorry, titanium. They have a titanium Ingenieur Perpetual that I think is really cool. My bad.
So,
Mhm.
Hank's an IWC fanboy,
Yes, I am. I am.
and
What are you going to
he
show me?
does not like tourbillons.
No, I'm not a fan of because it makes a watch just ridiculously expensive. This is
I
an
rent you
Ingenieur.
the IWC tourbillon.
Yes, I know they do a tourbillon, and I won't buy it because it's ridiculous. First of all, that's gold, so it's expensive, and then it has a tourbillon in there, and that adds like I don't know $20,000. So no, it's cool. They're cool to look at though, but no, that wouldn't be my choice. Let me see. I could show you right here if I switch. Let me switch to my phone. This right here would be my choice. Okay, this is an Engineer, which is designed by Gerald Genta. Um, I think it was in 1976 he designed this. So first he did the design on the AP Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. He did that in 72. Then I think like in 74 or 6 he did the Patek Philippe Nautilus. And in 76 he did this IWC Engineer. So these are designed by Genta. If you're a watch guy, you probably would know who Gerald Genta is. So these are really cool. This one's titanium, so very lightweight, and it's perpetual, and it will keep time. It'll tell you what day it is, what a month you're in, the moon phase, what the date is, all that stuff, and be on time and correct and accurate for over 1,000 years. So I think
This is
it's
a
really
new
cool.
one that's very similar.
Yeah, that's what IWC is good for, by the way. They make really awesome perpetuals, and then they have yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what you're showing right there. Yeah,
the reference
hmm
IW324911 IWC stands for International Watch Company.
yeah. And see how monotone that is. I love that.
And this is another one of their
Mhm.
their engineers coming out different.
Yeah, I agree with Warren. Gold looks nice with the green. They have a ceramic green one as well. That right there, look, that looks good. Even though that's two-tone, I like it. Right? That looks nice. That looks like a British racing car, green, right there. So you know why I like IWC? It started out as an American company. It is in Schaffhausen. So it is a Swiss/German company nowadays, but started out as an American company. The founder of IWC was fought in in the Civil War for the Union, and he was a watchmaker, which was a thing. I like in the Civil War times. Did you know that they had watchmakers?
Yeah, but they were like pocket watches.
Yeah, that's cool though, right? To think about. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what they started out making. Yeah.
the first wristwatch, the first men's wristwatch, I should say, was
Hmm.
made for pilots.
Yeah. Yeah. So IWC does cool stuff. And their watches are in that F1 movie. If anyone saw the movie F1 with Brad Pitt. Yeah. Everyone in there is wearing some kind of IWC. So I think it's a cool watch. Um, a cool company. And maybe one day we'll do a thing from there.
That'd be kind of
Maybe
cool.
we'll Yeah, maybe we'll do something in Palm Beach or something like that. We'll do get some meetups in this. Like maybe we'll meet in Virginia or I don't know, somewhere in the country and people can come out and hang out with us and talk watches and stuff. Yeah,
This is the
that's
new
a
big pilot.
Mhm. Do you have any IWC watches?
I do not have a single IWC watch.
Okay.
I'm
All
not
right,
trying to
cool.
buy any expensive watches unless it's in a mark an occasion.
Yeah. Rich says Hank, IWC is a huge fan of you. Yeah, they treat me really well. So like Rolex, if they give you the pleasure of buying a watch from them, they're not super nice to you. They're okay, but IWC is awesome. When Rich went one time with me to the one in Palm Beach, and they were just giving him champagne. I don't know if I can't remember. They were giving him champagne and chocolate.
Yeah,
He's having a good old time.
they're doing a collaboration to celebrate La Petite Prince.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
You know
it's a
that story?
yeah, it's a French story about like a boy
Yes.
and like an
Yeah.
asteroid or something like that.
Yep. And someone who's I know someone who's hanging out with us watching tonight who got disqualified from winning anything. And he has one of those.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. So yeah.
There is another IWC
Okay.
that I wanted to talk about,
Hmm.
and this is the Venture.
Let's see, where is it?
I'm bringing it
John.
up.
Yeah.
I clicked the wrong thing.
This is the space one that they designed specifically to go into space. First, like everyone has. So this is a thing that I think we'll talk about in one of the subjects, like space watches or watches that went to the moon or watches that were in space. But this one was designed to go into space. It has not gone yet, but
No,
it
but
will go into space. Huh?
it's certified. This is the one
Yeah.
with no bezel. This is weird. Base
Yeah,
flight.
this has
Base.
no bezel and no crown.
Yep.
Yeah. So actually it does have a bezel there, that gray ring that you see around the outside. That is how you wind the watch and also how you set the watch. And
But
those
they're marketing. They're marketing saying no bezel.
yeah. And then it
Ever,
has that rocker switch.
ever put your
And
own watch together? Yes, I have. And
I
sold
have
them on
not.
eBay.
Yeah. Yeah. John, how one of these days we're going to talk all about that, right? Like you put watches and stuff together, which is
Well, I
crazy. It's
did.
cool.
I wanted to build my own watch, and I didn't want to pay for it, so I ordered bulk
Wow.
bulk products and put them
Mhm.
together, then sold the other custom watches on eBay to
Yeah.
cover my watch. But it was just
Yeah.
Rich makes
I
fun of
would
me when I do stuff like that.
No, I think that's cool because I remember seeing you wearing one of the watches you put together and it looked
Yeah,
like a
you're like,
AP.
"Oh, right, look," you thought it was cool. You're like, "Oh, I like that." I was
Yeah.
like, "We're gonna get one." I was like, "You can't."
Yeah. No, that's cool. And you should make one of those and we'll give it away or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Mike says, thanks for coming up with the idea to do this channel and show great things to come. Yes, I agree. It was fun. It's fun doing this. You want to wrap it up?
No, I wanna
No?
do
Okay.
a couple more.
Okay. Cool.
Um, we don't have to, but
No, I'm good.
I
Let's
think
go.
there is a new watch that's out
Okay.
from Bulgari.
Oh, Bulgari. Okay. Okay. And while you're showing us this, by the way, you guys can let us know either now live or when when this replays on YouTube. let us know what kind of stuff you want us to talk about. We have a bunch of ideas that we'll be doing, but um
Check out how thin this shit is.
so okay, very cool, but I don't know that this is new. So Javin says, I'm disappointed I came for gun watches. What does it say? Or what is this? The gun watches.
Or
Hold
watch
on.
guns.
Watch guns.
Gun watches or watch
You know,
guns.
that would be so cool to are there watches that are actually guns?
We have one.
Oh, yeah, that has yes, that's true. We actually do. So we'll show that.
Yeah, but
And
Hank and I both have a watch made out of guns.
yeah. Um and then also he's saying guns that are watches. I don't know of any of those. There's probably the same thing. A gun that also serves as a watch. That I don't
Well,
know. I've never
well,
seen one.
I'm big into making firearms, and I've made watches. So
Yeah.
maybe I can do both.
Yeah. Lead on Steel says y'all like Breitling. What's your idea about Breitling?
They're gonna fall into the tag category for me. I would not buy one new.
Yeah, so I've never liked Breitling, but I'm starting to see some Breitlings that I think that are really cool.
Yeah, they're coming out with some cool stuff, but I would not
Yeah.
buy it new just because the hit. Like,
Yeah.
I would buy a
Mm-hmm.
Rolex because you're not gonna really,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna take a huge hit.
Yeah.
Uh, my Cartier
Mm-hmm.
Santos, I gotta pick up. You're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
take a huge hit. A Mega, you're not gonna take a huge hit.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a good conversation, the Omega conversation when we have that. And that, uh,
I love a
uh
Mega.
yeah. Ian Johnson says those would be AOWs for sure, like the cell phone guns. Yeah. But we will talk. Maybe we'll. So I think one time we'll do a show about tactical watches that a lot of people, you know, that a lot of watch guys wear. I think, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of gun guys wear, like, what watches do gun guys wear, that kind of thing. What's really tough watches.
Yeah.
We'll do a lot of that. We were just wanted to talk about watches and wonders since
Yeah.
this is our first episode, and that's actually happening right now. And and people are looking for that stuff. But yeah, we'll talk about things, and you'll see things like you can see there in the background. Let's see who knows what. John can't show his thing because he didn't figure it out. What is on the table here with me? Who knows? Who knows what's on the table there with me? Let's see how good of gun guys you guys are. Who knows what's sitting there on the table in this thing? I'm not touching anything, but what is sitting over there? Who knows what that is? There's a lot of clues, so we'll see who says it.
I got a gun sitting on the table with me. I'll take a picture and put it on my phone.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Bond Arms Derringer.
Bond arms, very cool. Yeah, so we'll do that. Like every time we do this, we'll have something. John's gonna make sure he has this set up properly.
Yeah, I just need to get a cable. I need a USB A to USB C, and I had USB C to USB C. So
How did the hacker slash IT guy not get his thing set
busy
up,
working
and
on
then
all
me,
the other stuff.
and then me? Yeah, I guess I just had the time. I had the time. That's the. What's funny? We're using the same exact camera to do this, but for whatever reason, whatever complications John has added to his thing, he couldn't get it going. Yeah, mine is an FN, but no one knows exactly what FN it is.
Let me see it. Oh, let me put it on full screen.
Yeah, hold on. I'll go back to, can you tell what FN that is? Yes, it's an FN, but who knows what FN it is? No, no
The
one,
fuck
I don't
coming?
know. There you go. Boom. John figured it out.
Oh, sorry, was I not supposed to say anything?
No, it's cool. No, you got it. Yeah. So and we're happy to talk about it. But if you guys want to actually see some gun stuff, I have things that are out there. Myself, Walter, Babyface P, we do a gun podcast, but we do it on Rumble. And I promise you're going to want to watch next Monday. Next Monday is going to be a huge podcast for us. And that's all I could tell people.
Yeah, let's go see
So
what
watch
watch
it.
we're gonna give away next week.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm down. Let's talk about that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think we covered you know, we covered the watches and wonders very well, very well.
All
Yeah.
right. So it looks like we're doing. I don't know how that. Looks like we're going to be doing another black bezel, maybe because I just gave away the second black bezel we had.
Okay. You're gonna have to up this budget for watches. I don't know how we're gonna do it. We're
All
gonna
right, let's
have to
do
up.
the blue bezel because I gave away the black bezel. Since
Oh,
we gave away 2 black bezels,
okay. All right.
I just did the blue bezel next week. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, you'll have to switch it around. But no, it was fun. It was fun. Did you have anything else you wanted to cover?
I do want to show the
Mhm.
watches and the Ticks and Bangs website.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
So, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, you got to take me off full screen.
Well, I'm going to share the screen here.
Okay.
Then I will just go.
Yeah, as time goes on, we'll get some sponsors here. We'll get more watches in and stuff like that, you know.
So right down here, we have the giveaways and everything. There,
Mhm.
all the latest episodes are on there, and we have articles today you can read about watches and wonders, the rise of the watch experiences by Sophie Brennan. This is
Mhm.
AI. This is all AI. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, John. I appreciate that.
All our writers, we have like 7 different AI writers.
Yeah. John set up this website. Everyone is AI on there. And
Like everything is like AI. So if you talk to someone on here, you're talking to
yeah.
AI. That's not a real person. Uh,
Mhm.
so you can subscribe to our show. We have a link to our Patreon and a Discord, which I haven't really launched yet. So I don't think there's anyone in there, but there is a
Mhm.
Discord set up and you can join it. Right now, I think it's
Yeah.
just in there, but whatever.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's the shows and it talks about everything, all our shows, and there's our articles. And you click on giveaway here
Mhm.
and you can win this awesome I mean, the Tissot PRX.
When is this PRX going to be given away?
Uh, on the 15th of June, so 1 month, basically 4 episodes from now.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's going to be
So,
fun. We're going to do lots of fun stuff and have stuff to give away, and I'll bring on stuff to give away too, and
yeah, and this is the actual watch we're giving away.
yeah. That's a cool PRX.
Yeah,
So,
with the, dial,
mhm.
emerald dial stuff.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
27 more days to enter, so you guys have a little bit less than a month to enter to win this.
Mhm.
And it's very simple to enter, and it's this whole point of this channel is just for us to give back to the community and share our love for watches. Because Hank and I, we've been talking about watches for I don't know, like years since I ever met you. It's one
Yeah,
of the
for a
things we
long
bonded
time.
over.
Yeah, I've always been into it. You've always been into it. There's quite a few people. And we want to have fun and put something up on YouTube that they don't have, like, they can't really come down on, you know? So, but, I guess they can always find a way. But, Mike says that's a great watch to be able to win. Yeah, absolutely. So before we go out, for my part, I just want to say a big thanks to everyone who hung out with here with us and had fun along with us. It was fun. I really appreciate you guys coming out. You don't know what we're doing. We're like early stages. And, even though we both have YouTube channels and all that, whenever you start something new, it's always, you're always a little like nervous. So I really do appreciate everyone coming through and supporting us. And we will get better and we will make this more and more fun. So, I can just say big thanks and big thanks to John, obviously, for doing all the hard work and putting this together. Yeah.
And any suggestions you guys have, just reach out to us. Info at ticksandbangs.com. And yeah, we hope to be doing this for a long time. We have a bunch of watches to give away, which is really cool. Check out our Patreon. That's where you're going to be able to win the good watches besides the Diesel PRX. We're not going to be doing like that type of giveaway all the time. Just, because we're launching the show. So you can win
Mhm.
you're gonna win a couple watches.
Hmm.
Like about $400 worth of values of watches every
Yeah.
month, which
Hmm.
is pretty damn cool.
Absolutely.
And if we get a
Absolutely.
lot of Patreon members, we'll be able to do bigger and bigger stuff because our plan with this is not to this is not a different a business venture, if you will.
Hmm.
This
Yeah.
is because we enjoy it and we love watches. And we love you
Yeah.
guys.
Absolutely.
With that, I think we're gonna wrap up here. Be sure to check out Hank Strange on Rumble at Who Moved My Freedom podcast, Hank Strange on YouTube, and also Stranger Palooza, where he does all advanced stuff. He is the adventurer. I am the investigator because I am an investigative journalist. Did I forget to mention that? I don't think so.
Peace out, everyone. Good night, guys.
We're out. See you
Yeah.
guys later. Bye.